What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got another Kickstarter TCG that we're going to be taking a look at. I think I'm going to make this a regular thing on the channel, taking a look at some Kickstarter TCGs, seeing what's out there, seeing what some creative individuals have cooked up and are trying to just make work at your local game store in the future potentially. Today we're going to be taking a look at a card game called Titan Pantheon of the Gods. So it looks like essentially the theme of this trading card game is, I'm assuming that they are taking the gods of all sorts of lore, almost kind of like Shin Megami Tensei or your average Final Fantasy game to an extent, and putting them into a card game. Everything that I've read before I made this video kind of makes it seem like you are supposed to choose a god and you represent that god. And then it's those two gods, obviously your opponent chooses one as well, those two gods duking it out, summoning creatures, casting spells. Very similar to my favorite trading card game, Flesh and Blood. So let's go ahead and take a look at the starting video here, and maybe let's get a sense of what this card game is supposed to offer, and maybe bring new to the table. Okay, so I'm gonna have to say, like, the basic feedback that I kind of gave Grand Archive, Nostalgics, etc. In terms of like a Kickstarter video, it doesn't really give too much information about your trading card game. Obviously it's saying to an extent what the theme is. Obviously you are, it has the theme of, Norse mythology, Greek mythology, etc., etc. in terms of gods, but like, I'd like a Kickstarter video to have someone talking to me, explaining what their product is, what would make me want to pledge to it, what are some of the things that would get me into this game over something like Magic the Gathering, obviously, because that's going to be your competition, Why should I back this trading card game product versus another trading card game project? And I just don't really see that from a 49-second snippet. This could be posted on YouTube or anywhere. That would be my first main criticism here. Same thing I gave to Grand Archive and Genesis, so I'm not trying to be overly harsh here. Now, even with that criticism, they are funded at the time of this video, and there's only 10 days to go. I obviously caught this Kickstarter a little bit late, but I wanted to talk about as many TCGs on Kickstarter as possible just to see what some creators are making. So they have $119,501 over a $25,000 goal. That seems a little low. In my opinion, it's the same kind of concern that I have for certain Kickstarters, where it kind of seems like they have a really low goal. A realistic goal would be something like this if they wanted to make it big. But, you never know. Maybe some TCGs that on Kickstarter are trying to be really small first just to see if they can just potentially crack the market. So let's keep going here. What is Titan TCG? An exciting game where the gods, champions, and beasts from legends meet and fight together and against each other. Bring together powerful deities to build your dream team in epic combat. In this epic game, epic, you and your opponent will make history while determining each other's fate. Stretch goals. It goes right into stretch goals. Okay. Well, let's read the stretch goals. At 100K, which has been funded, yeah, there's going to be a comic book, I guess kind of like MetaZoo, they've had like a first, second, and third chapter, I believe. I have the first chapter, but so the first edition book will be the first of a series of comics highlighting various mythologies and telling the story of each of them. All backers will receive a Chapter 1 Titan comic. Did we mention this will be limited? So they want to make sure that you know that some of these cards are going to be limited. So, you know, I guess pleasing the investors out there. And you know what? I'm a little bit of an investor, collector, and player. In me, I'm a little bit of all three, so I appreciate things that are limited and collectible. Next is the 200k stretch goal, the creator deck. When we reach this stretch goal, all backers will receive a creator deck that could feature a 1 out of 1 card. The deck includes 27 hand-selected cards from the creator's favorite characters. Unfortunately, they didn't reach that. I'm going to potentially say that they most likely will not. I don't see much more traction coming into this game because I haven't heard of it until just now. Maybe they need to have a little more advertisement. Maybe reach out to big TCG channels to advertise a little bit more. But you know they are still funded, so they definitely got that going for them. The 300k stretch goal was a bonus card. Backers will receive a gold card of their preferred deity in the set. These are Zeus, Poseidon, Hades. A little bit of a typo there. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Or Hades. It'd be... These are Zeus, Poseidon, or Hades. Also, these will be numbered out of /200 of each. So, the 500k stretch goal was they were going to have a convention. That seems really expensive. So, unless, like, this was picked up by a big company or the person behind it just has a lot of money, I don't see how 100k could potentially give you the funds to host a convention. Maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know, but it seems really low. Well, anyways, TitanCon may occur between June to August 2022 in Las Vegas. All backers will receive admission tickets for themselves and up to 3 friends. Additionally, you'll receive special items stamped on TitanCon. I guess to an extent you could have a really small get-together and call it a convention. Because, I mean, essentially you're just, as a creator, you're meeting the people who have supported you. So that would actually be kind of cool just to meet, like, the creator of the game, talk to him, and, you know, in a really more intimate environment rather than... every time I think of con, I'm thinking of, like, some huge anime convention where there's a lot of people and stuff like that. Something like this where he's most likely thinking of just kind of a smaller, intimate setting where it's, like, maybe 40 to 50 people, you know, they're your backers, and you just kind of hanging out, playing your game that you made. I could see that working. So maybe I was a little too, or I jumped to conclusions there. Next is the rewards. So starting at $50, you have the Odyssey starter option. Odyssey comes with 1 ready-made deck set and a blister pack with a promo card inside, because we all love them promos. Start playing Titan with friends or family as soon as you receive your items. Great option for beginners and avid TCG players. Man, I can't read today. Next is the Apollo collector option at $150. Apollo comes with 3 ready-made deck sets, a booster box, and a blister pack with a promo card inside. Great options for collectors and players alike. Next, at $300, we got Orion, Grand Player Option. Orion comes with 6 ready-made deck sets, 3 booster boxes, and 6 blister packs with a promo card inside. Additionally, this tier comes with an exclusive Titan Kickstarter playmat. Great option for master players. Next is Saturn at $600. Saturn comes with 6 ready-made deck sets, 6 booster boxes, and 4 blister packs with a promo card inside. Additionally, this tier comes with an exclusive Titan Kickstarter playmat and a Pegasus alternative artwork Kickstarter promo. Great options for master collectors. So there you go, from 3 to 6 booster boxes, so obviously that's covering the cost. Atlas at $1,000. Atlas comes with 9 ready-made deck sets, 10 booster boxes, and 10 blister packs with a promo card inside. Additionally, this tier comes with 2 Titan Kickstarter playmats and 2 Pegasus alternative artwork Kickstarter promos, an excellent option for small to medium LGSs. So this is kind of where they're getting into their local game store. And you actually have to be an LGS to get the Atlas option. I feel like that should be a much bigger little, note there rather than it being in small text, because I feel like, there's going to be some pledges that would want to do 1,000, but they're not an LGS. Maybe it says that, when you try to back it. 2,500. The live streamer option, I like that name. Phoenix comes with 12 ready-made deck sets, 25 booster boxes, 15 blister packs with a promo card inside. Additionally, this tier comes with 2 Kickstarter playmats, 3 Pegasus alternative artwork promos. Great option for live streamers and LGSs. Okay, well, maybe you don't. It just kind of says local game stores must provide proof of business operation after the completion of a Kickstarter. So, I mean, like, that kind of explanation makes it seem like you don't have to be an LGS. You could just be anyone. Maybe they're trying to see who's an LGS backing their game to potentially keep in contact with them. And then lastly, we got Mercury at $8,000. Mercury comes with 24 ready-made deck sets, 60 booster boxes, 25 blister packs with a promo card inside, 3 Titan Kickstarter playmats, 5 Pegasus alternative artwork Kickstarter promos, a 1-in-1 promo card signed by the team. You will also receive a 1-in-2 custom poster with all 3 deities signed by the team for $8,000. And next it goes into the game rules. So let's talk about how to build a deck. Deck construction. Each deck must contain exactly 50 cards. Each deck can contain 3 copies of the same card, except for basic elemental energies. So there is a resource management in this, kind of like Magic it seems. How to win. In Titan, we have a few ways to win. The first is to defeat your opponent in glorious combat, bringing their life total from 20 down to 0. Can you outmaneuver your enemy to take them down? The second way to win the game is to exhaust your opponent of possible moves on their battlefield totally. While attempting to draw from an empty deck won't be your immediate demise in Titan, it won't be looking great for you if you can no longer commit resources to the board. Attack with your gods while you summon the powers of familiar champions and beasts to help support your gods in attacking and dealing direct damage to your opponents. The 5 elements. There are currently 5 primary elemental energies in the game. While those energies have not yet been assigned archetypes, they will likely concede familiarity with other card games. Fire, water, earth, air, darkness. So it kind of sounds like the 5 magic elements, or colors rather: red, white, black, blue, green. The faith system. A lot of our energy is going into making this unique system workable for the game. Faith will be a resource generated by your mortals and used when casting celestial spells and possibly activating special abilities on cards in the future. Faith is a premium resource within the gameplay ecosystem and will yield powerful results through gods, artifacts, and powerful skills. In the current state of development, players can generate faith by tapping mortals for 1 faith point, or by sacrificing themselves for 2 faith points. Okay, so I'm going to assume your mortals are cards you can play? Or maybe you start with mortals? I don't know. It doesn't really tell me too much. Maybe there's a video talking about it. Last, how to play a card. When playing a card, you must pay each card's required faith/energy cost. To play cards, you must first generate energy or faith. There are 2 ways to produce these resources. Tap a champion, beast, or elemental card. Okay, so yeah, they're mortals or cards, or the beasts you summon can be tapped for resources. Okay. Doing this will have energy of the corresponding alignment. When tapping one of these cards, it produces one of the same elements as on the card. Pitching a card from your hand. Flesh and blood? Pitching a card from your hand will produce 2 energy of the corresponding element. When you pitch a card, you gain 2 energy of the same elements as the pitched card. Pay the cost. When you play a card, You must spend the required energy cost with at least one energy of the elements of that card. In cases of colorlessness, there is no specific element requirement. Important side notes, colorless cards can be played by paying their cost with the energy of any element. You cannot pitch colorless cards to produce energy. When you make more energy than required, any extra energy is added to your pool and can be used to activate abilities or pay for another card. Any excess energy is lost during a phase or turn changes. And then obviously they say certain dynamics can change as we continue to make progress in gameplay. I mean, some of this stuff kind of seems a little bit in the air. Now, I read somewhere in this Kickstarter website that they've worked on the game for over a year. So I can see why some of the rules might be subject to change or maybe don't have refinement to them because maybe they're still testing. But I mean, it is a little weird to me to have rules still being applied, cards and gameplay mechanics still being worked on, but you're already in your Kickstarter phase. Maybe that's a little weird to me. I don't know. They have a little section for card design. I like the border, but I mean, like, that's easy to please me personally. I like the way that cards look and feel personally. I really like the way that they have their border and their framing. That's really cool. The backing is cool as well. I wouldn't say... I kind of got to say, like, the font looks like... what Titanfall? I don't know if maybe they don't realize that, but it definitely has the same kind of font as Titanfall, which is a little weird. I don't know if they are aware of the game. I will say that one of the biggest things for this Kickstarter is the artwork looks amazing. They definitely got some really talented artists for this Kickstarter for their art. I mean, like, look at that. That looks really cool. That is like Magic the Gathering, Flesh and Blood level art right there. That looks really, really cool. I mean, this could belong in like Smite or League of Legends in terms of that art. Like, look at that. That looks sick. I would love to have cards with art like that. Next, they talk about rarity. Types of rare cards: common, uncommon, rare, ancient, rare. 1 out of 4 packs contains a foil card. Foils can be uncommon or rare. I guess only their commons and uncommons can be foiled? Okay. 1 in 3 booster boxes contains an ancient rare. There will be a total of 800 ancient rares in Pantheon of the God Kickstarter Edition. There are 4 ancient rares, 200 of each randomly scattered through packs. I guess that kind of works like the legendary cards from Flesh and Blood, because it's 1 in 3 booster boxes. So they got common, uncommon, rare, ancient, rare. Okay. I guess this is their sets. I don't know what they mean by Our Journey. I'm assuming these are expansions. So Pantheon of the Gods is their first one. Tales of Ragnarok, Myths of Legends, Edifice of the God, or Edifice of the Sun. So Pantheon kind of looks like Zeus. So what is that? Roman? And then Tales of Ragnarok is obviously Norse. Myths of Legends, maybe like Mayan or something. I don't know. And then Edifice of the Sun is obviously Egyptian. I don't mean Myths of maybe that's like Christian mythology. I don't know. No idea. Print run: Pantheon of the Gods Kickstarter booster box, 2,000 to 2,500 boxes, 24 packs in a box. Pantheon of the Gods Kickstarter theme decks, 1,000, 1,500 Zion, Hades, and Poseidon. Pantheon of the Gods Kickstarter blister box, 1,500 about with promo, 1 pack, 1 promo card. Obviously, you know, shipping, they just kind of give you information about how that's going to work. So looks like some YouTuber already kind of did a interview with I'm assuming that is the creator, or one of them is the creator, with its creator Mike Fern. Yeah, Okay. So, I mean, there was a little bit of advertising, it looks like, or at least, you know, maybe someone reached out to them. Get in on the fun. And they obviously have social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Discord. And then obviously, okay, so yeah, this is where they talked about where it's been in works for over a year. It was conceptualized over a decade ago. So they started, I guess, brainstorming it over a decade ago. You got 6 artists. I mean, it seems to be pretty much it for Titan. I mean, a couple of concerns that I have for this is, like I said, it kind of seems like some of the things are still up in the air. I mean, once product kind of gets to players, it seems a little strange to have the cards physically already made and players playing, but they still have mechanics still being tested, or ideas still being submitted by your players. I don't see a whole lot of, like, you know, reaching out to LGSs. Maybe they don't have the funds to do so. Because one of the things that I liked about other Kickstarters that I've seen so far is they kind of, you know, talk about how important your LGS is, how they want to support their local game stores. They want local game stores support, obviously, so they want to support them back. If they wanted to make this card game a big thing, and maybe they don't, I don't know. Not every Kickstarter TCG is going to be the same. Some of them don't have that massive goal of trying to make this like the next Magic the Gathering. Maybe they just want to make this for their friends and people who are interested in this game. But I would say if you're trying to get your LGS's support, there should have been like maybe a section talking about how they want to promote store play. It all depends on, you know, what they were truly trying to go for here. And I mean, like, there's just some things missing in the Kickstarter that maybe talk about what their overall goal for this TCG is. So I can only assume. Maybe it says it in their other sections. I don't really see anything, though. So, you know, they've been funded, so the people are going to get these cards. Personally, I just don't know if I would potentially back this, but I will wish them luck. If anything, I want to see more trading card games out there. As a trading card game lover, more product out there, more competition brings the best out of every TCG. We've seen that with Magic the Gathering Flesh and Blood, and who knows, maybe Titan has a place in your LGS. But that is going to be it for this video, y'all. Let me know down below if you potentially plan on backing this project. Do you agree with some of the points I brought up here? Do you disagree? Anyways, that's going to be it for this. I've just said that. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.